The core two. Hey, 6 ways tonight. 6 ways to prevent from saying, you never talk to me. We notice in a lot of relationships that this is one of the things that we hear a lot. At the end of them talking about money and sex, at the end of the conversation, you never talk to me. I didn't know. So today we're going to talk about 6 ways to prevent you from hearing, you never talk to me. All right. All right, I'm going to start off with number one. Say what I want rather than say what I don't want. In other words, telling the person, I don't like it when you do this. I don't like it when you do that. Say what you want. Be clear about it.
For example, like, here's what I prefer you would do, or can you just give me what I want, which is to be clear. Is that what you mean?
I'm going to make sure that you say what you want instead of what you don't want and what you don't like.
Okay, so the next step is to resist the urge to respond with a counter criticism or counter complaint in return. So, and keep those responses short. You know how when you say something and the one comes up with 10, 15 minutes of stuff.
No. So what did we use to, I have my cup today, but we have a ball. See the ball, everybody? You can get whatever you want. When that person is talking, what do? They had a ball. They get 5 minutes. That don't mean you be looking. When their 5 minutes is up, you take the ball. And if you need it to be 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever works for y'all. And then you move. Okay. And next one, number 3 is just simply listen. And this goes back to number 2. Avoid saying you too. You too. You do it too. It's not productive. And that looks at the other person as not taking care of their problem because they told you was something wrong, and so address their problems instead of saying you too, right? Number 4, she looking at me like
well, that simply listen part is hard because you know it's you want to jump in there and say how you feel and cut the other person off and all that. Plus, I didn't get the ball when it was my turn, so I was waiting on the ball.
And people say it's hard not to cut each other off, but it's simple if you use something in your hand that lets you know that you're gonna get a chance. And that the person isn't there to attack you. We're there to solve a problem. Amen. We're there to solve a problem. You really have to change your mindset to stop saying we're going to argue, it's going to be a fight. No, we're there to make our relationship better. Okay, number 3 is that you and me.
Well, number 3 says instead simply listen.
Wait, we did that.
I'm still waiting on the ball.
Okay.
Number 4 says respond to criticism with the honest question, what do you want? And you want to stay positive with that and not do it. So just tell me that's not the way to do it.
Yeah. What do you want to make our relationship better? What do you need for us to be better? Notice the us and the we. Notice that it is different from saying what you want. This is saying, tell me, what do you want me to do? Number 5.
Express appreciation to each other for listening and responding with positive feedback. So be encouraging.
Yes, when the person talking, tell them, I appreciate you taking the time for us to sit down and talk with each other. Positive feedback. And like we keep saying, this takes practice and there's nothing wrong with knowing that you're doing this because it's saying to each other that we're trying to get better. And if the negativism come in there, back off and say, no, we're here to solve a problem.
Well, a good example of that was the other night when I came from visiting my mom and my sister, and you were asking me what was going on. I wanted a little more interaction from you, but you were in the football game, so I was a little disappointed. But you made it a point the next day to come and ask me to tell me what was going on, and and I expressed to you that I really appreciated your coming and getting some more feedback, so I could really tell you what was going on and what's happening. So it made me feel better that you came back and asked me. But I also pointed out to you that, I was a little irritated because it seemed that you were more interested in the game. So I really was happy when you came back and told me.
Oh, look what would have happened if I didn't come back. She let me know, but she would have been looking lurking in the back. Number 6, take steps to positive thoughts and feelings. For every what if thought, think of 5 things about your relation. And you may need to start writing them down. Do whatever you need to do. I suggest writing them down, putting them in your phone, make it a habit of, in your prayer time, make it a habit of thinking about wonderful things about your relationship and then expressing them. So,
Okay.
all right, please do that. You will see that, because you can't come at a person, that everybody's been working all day and then you have negative things and you haven't even deposited anything into their spirit that's positive. So let's try to work on that. So let's go over the 6 again. Say what you want. Resist the urge to do counter criticism like you too. Our complaint, a counter complaint, you too. Just say, I hear you, and solve the problem. Learn to just simply listen. Use a tool, use a ball, a cup, whatever y'all need to use. Number 4, respond to criticism with an honest question. When a person says, I don't so-and-so, and you don't do so-and-so, don't get upset. They're talking to you. Maybe not in a way that you feel that they need to talk to you. So then you ask them, tell me, what do you want? State, what do you want, babe, to make this better? How can we move on to the next thing? So you have to look past. 5,
Express appreciation to each other for listening and responding with the feedback. Be encouraging. And finally, take steps to nurture positive thoughts and feelings. So you want to give 5 positives for 1. You want to keep it as positive as possible.
All right, and y'all want to know what we was doing on